Aloha world, and welcome to another episode of the Queer and the Queen. I'm Jacobi Jones, your in-house queer, and today we have our special in-house queen, Miss Koriane McGill. She is a single mother by day and a hot girl summer by night, girl.
You know it.
Thank you for being here today.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Okay, so today's topics are Kim Kardashian officially reached billionaire status and a Kim and Kanye
What?
divorce update. Yes.
Yes.
Rihanna supports Stop Asian Hate campaign, which we love. We
So
love us some Rihanna. And we have a T.I. and Tiny scandal update. Kim Kardashian has officially reached billionaire status. I have an update with her and Kanye's divorce. They're splitting just separate ways. I guess he's giving her the house in Calabasas. She's getting some of the land in Colorado, I believe it is, where they have this, or Utah or something like that, or Oklahoma maybe. Oh, and to know, our guest here is from Oklahoma today. Would you have thunk it that Black people live in Oklahoma? First, before we even get into that, let's get into you a little bit, y'all. Before we get into the hot topics, what is it like being a Black woman in Oklahoma, a single Black mother in Oklahoma?
For the most part, it's actually not bad. A lot of people are actually opening up their ways and their mindsets down here than what it used to be from like when I grew up in high school. But you know, there's still your occasional low-key racist. Like I can't go to Walmart with my baby in the car seat with a cover. I have to like uncover him to show that I actually have a baby in there and I'm like not there to steal or else.
Wait.
Yes, girl. I have people who have followed me with my baby in the car seat and it's winter time, like freezing wind everywhere. And he's like 3 months. I have him covered and I had someone following me because they thought I was trying to steal.
And you know, so my Black ass would have really been in there stealing, but we're not here to talk about my life. Let me ask you this question, because I know this fascinates me with the whole single mom or just new mother concept. What would you tell a new mother that you wish now that you're a new mother, someone would have told you?
I wish someone would have told me that to just trust your instincts. I mean, I've had, don't get me wrong, I've had a lot of people tell me like, trust your instincts. Like, you know your kid more than anyone else will. And everyone's always going to have an opinion on what you should do. But you're always, you know, for the most part, you're always going to know like what's best for your kid and just stick to that.
Absolutely. That's very interesting. Good one though. I mean, I think in life in general, we should definitely trust our instincts. So I guess in motherhood and parenthood and fatherhood, you should do the same thing. Yeah, I get it. I get that.
Because there's just this amount of pressure that gets onto these labels, mother, father, you know, parent. And so we kind of lose our way. Mm-hmm. Because we have to fit the standard and, you know, like, yeah, there's the standard and stick to it if that's your standards. But for the most part, like be yourself and stick to yourself, because how are you going to teach your kids to do that if you don't follow those footsteps? Absolutely. So I think that's the best advice I've ever had.
Okay. So Kim and Kanye, back into it.
Yes.
Apparently what I did not know is Kanye is now, last time I saw it was like 3 or 4 billion. Kanye is now worth $6.6 billion.
That's right.
Don't know how, don't know why. I know, you know what I do know though? I know Kim is so happy she don't have to wear those homeless people clothes no more just to make her happy. The shoes look ridiculous and stupid to me, but I have tried a pair on and they're comfortable. They're extremely comfortable. The shoes are extremely comfortable. You know, fashion is one thing that I think is beautiful and fascinating, but the homeless look, I'm just not here for it.
Especially for that price. Like if you're going to do something like that, like put it with H&M. Go like throw it.
You know what? That you mentioned that, I was thinking in my head. I have in the past went, because our H&M closed. I went to H&M and bought in the discount section this really cute, like it was like a burgundy but faded homeless people, faded burgundy, and it had a bunch of holes in it. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna wear this. It's cute. I can make this cute. I can make something out of this. I put that shit on. I went to the gay bar. I walked in there, and the first person that saw me was like, you know, you got holes in your shirt, right? I'm just like, what the fuck?
Exactly.
Can't win for losing. Trying to be fashionable with the homelessy look doesn't work. Not in the gay community. It just, you know what I go for? I go for jeans and a white t-shirt.
It's a classic. Nothing. Okay.
Speaking of white t-shirts, I want you guys to look out for something that I'm dropping soon, but that's a little secret that'll be coming to you guys in a few weeks. Yeah, I got some gems coming in this bitch. So on the topic of stop Asian hate, our girl, you know I love her. Our girl Rihanna. And when I say our girl, I think it's important that you know me and Corey, I call her Corey, we have known each other for a while. Okay.
We have.
We used to literally be how we look next door on this video here. Me and Corey used to be next door neighbors. She was living her single hot girl summer life, and I was living my single lady in the night life. You know. Right. So Rihanna supporting Stop Asian Hate, right? And I had to do some Googling research on this. I love Rihanna, so I know what was going on. I really didn't look too much into it because, as you know, we have already had our own struggles for centuries. So I'm just like, somebody else is being oppressed. I'm not happy about that, but I'm also not surprised. So it wasn't any shocker to me. What is a shocker to me is that there's video footage of this man going down the street and walking in front of a department store, and he looked some sort of ethnicity of that black or mixed or something like that, and he hit this Asian person in the face and kept walking. And the department store surveillance caught it, and the department store's door people, some high-end department store, the door people just walked up and locked the doors. Now, I don't know if you've heard this, but it was reported as of today, those two doormen have been fired for not intervening and helping when that happened.
That's good. That's so good. I just feel like if you don't speak up, like, you're part of the problem, regardless if it's with Black people, whether it's with Asians, Native Americans, like even with white people, like, why do we have to hate with something that we literally cannot change? No one volunteered to be, the color that we are, and the race and the ethnicity that we have. Like, this is something that's a part of us. And what always gets me is when people are like, oh, but we're all Americans. Okay, yeah.
But we all ain't treated the same. So get with the program, and you know that.
Exactly.
You know we're not all treated the same because you don't want to be Black.
Right. And at the end of the day, like, yeah, but why can't I be a Black American and you be a white American and we live in America? Right. Like, why can't that be a thing? You know what I mean? Like, why can't these people be Asian and live in America and they're working? These aren't just like homeless people on the side of the street. These are like working women and men that are trying to make a living, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
To be here and to be a part of this country and contribute to this country in some shape, way, or form.
Absolutely.
And it's just sad. It's so sad.
Now, I find it very interesting that you said that, because I was not happy that those people got fired, because two things I know, and I think you can agree, that Black people tend to think, well, let me mind my business. You know what I mean? Especially coming from a history of just, it don't got nothing to do with you. You shut up before you get your ass, before you get whipped too. And I could see the way he walked up and just locked that door, like, that don't got nothing to do with us out there. That's not happening in the store. Let me mind my business and get back to work. That's what I saw on the camera as watching that dude close the door, because I think he was Black too. He looked Black from the camera to me, the door person. I find that so fascinating that you think, but I do agree with the way you just broke it down. I do 100% agree, because I have several white friends that get more pissed off about racist things than I do. And I'm just like, you are the only ones who can fix it. Right. If I get mad, that's just another angry Black person. But if you get mad, you can get through to your people.
Exactly. You know? It's a bigger difference than when we get mad about our problems. Because if we get mad about our problems, it's just angry Black people and angry Black women with attitudes and angry Black men being aggressive. And, compared to if someone that is not in the actual experience itself is saying, hey, this is not right and we need to do something about it. Now, and another thing too, like, I personally believe, like, if you, let's say they didn't get fired, let's say they got a citation or like a write-up or they cut their pay, like, what is that going to teach them altogether? You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, you saw what was happening, you knew it was wrong, and if you were going to get fired, like, might as well get fired for something that you did that was good,
but
instead of something stupid.
I think that they might have been afraid that if I get involved in that, I'm going to get fired. And if I mind my business, I still can't have a job tomorrow. And then they minded their business and they didn't have a job tomorrow. But I do see the good in that process of thinking. I hate to see anything hold a Black person back when they're trying to make good decisions.
Right, right. But everything also happens for a reason. At the end of the day, we're never really going to know. So why not be good in the process? Why not try to just help each other as much as possible? So when, that bad does come, it's not awkward or weird or wrong or feeling a betrayal to ask help from someone that we don't normally ask help from.
Honey. Okay, so T.I. and Tiny, I've talked about this on the show before in a few episodes ago. They have this whole scandal. It was like 11 or 13 girls that come out saying, they drugged me and they tried to do this and they tried to do that and have a threesome. And they forced a powdery substance up my nose and all this shit. But T.I. and Tiny finally made an official statement. The statement basically says, instead of reading the whole thing, I'm just going to tell you the rundown. The statement says, tell us who you are so we can prove that you're wrong. Because right now you're just talking a lot of shit and hiding. When you think about it, all it says is 3 more girls, 11 more girls, or 7 more girls. All these people are hiding their identities. Most of the time, these people do these outlandish hot girl summer gutter butt pornographic things with these celebrities because they think they finna get a money grab. If T.I. came over here and fuck my brains out and left, I'd be mad too. Okay. My feelings would be hurt. Why was this booty not good enough, motherfucker? Welcome back, girl. We lost you for a second. Sorry about those technical difficulties, but it happens out here in the cyber world sometimes.
Thanks
But
for
as
having
I
me
was
back.
saying, if T.I. was to fuck me and leave, I would be a little bitter about that shit too. I mean, it's just like, if anything is true to this, they clearly know they was dealing with hoes and gold diggers because they treated them like hoes and gold diggers.
I don't know. I just feel like both parties are adults. They know the situation that they're getting themselves into. I don't think it would be realistic. Like, if T.I. and Tiny wanted to have sex with me, I'm not going to automatically assume, like, oh, they're trying to, like, they want me to be their girlfriend. They want me to be
But
their
you're not a
wife.
gold digger and you're
True.
not a hoe. You know what I mean? We might have tendencies.
Right.
But we don't have a reality. Well, I mean, I'm not the person who I once used to be, but we ain't here to talk about my life. So I have a fun, hot, and spicy question and answer game for you. Are you ready? Are you
I'm
down?
ready.
Can you
Yes,
handle
I'm down.
the heat? Question number 1. What is the worst thing you have ever put up with for the dick?
Wrinkly skin. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh my god. Girl, you living out them geriatrics, ain't you, girl? I would have to say bad credit, bitch. That would be my answer. Like bad motherfucking credit. Okay, so the fun question I'd like to ask. I've answered this once before, but you can do it. Who's your celebrity crush?
Ooh, I have so many.
I'll let people pick a male and a female.
Maybe, probably Doja Cat. I don't know what it is, but her body right
Oh,
now to
she
me is just a
is. You
little
know
bit.
what though? The reason I can't get sexually attracted to Doja, and don't take this the wrong way because I know you're a broad-chested woman, but I'm just not into the big ones. I'm not into the big ones. I
I
like
mean, it's not for everybody.
and
It's not
Doja
all
got them. She got them big old feed me my titties. So okay,
beautiful.
who's the male?
Ooh, listen. Okay. As of right now, Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen. I don't know what it is. He just did a photo shoot with GQ. Oh my gosh, he looks so good. He looks
Seth
so good.
Rogen. This makes
Seth
me
Rogen.
wonder what your baby daddy look like. Oh, just to be clear, Corey is down for the swirl. This is one thing we used to talk about all the time. Well, I was gonna say you only date white men, but that's not true because
No,
you it's not true. But
I've
you
been all
just
over.
have a fonder. If you could build a bitch, he would be a white man. If I could build a bitch, he'd be Puerto Rican with tattoos. He look like he might whip my ass. But you
Actually,
know what I mean?
you
Like,
actually want to know a fun fact? I'm actually more into Hispanics. Like, I would choose a Hispanic over a white boy any day.
girl, I sure would too. I'll do the backstroke across the open sea for a motherfucker who's Latin. Girl. Okay, right. Question number 3, and this is a fun question: Quickie or a marathon?
Now it depends. What am I working? You know what I mean? Like, am I working with a girl? Am I working with a guy? If I'm working with a
Oh God! Now wait, let's
am
clear
I,
this up. Let's clear this
yeah,
up for
like
the
what,
people.
okay, you gotta give me like a
Have
scenario.
you? I got to get my microphone closer for this one. Have you been with women?
Yes.
Bitch, I mean, I feel like you
I feel
told
like we should
me
talk about this. Yes. Remember I had a girlfriend down there. She was older than me.
in Hawaii.
Yes, it
You
was
didn't
like
have
a
no
good
girlfriend
moment.
when I knew you. When I knew you, girl, you was
No,
going out to eat at fancy restaurants and shit.
years before I
So,
met
would you
you.
define as bisexual or just open minded or
I want to
would
say
you be polyamorous? Would you want to have a wife and a husband? My last guess was
I saw
polyamorous.
that. I saw that episode and I was just like, wow, inspirational. Truly, like inspirational. Like I like that. I've been saying bisexual for so long, but like honestly, I don't think I'm closed-minded to the idea of like a transgender woman or a transgender man. Like, who am I to deny people for who they are when they could be my soulmate? To answer your question though, it really just depends. If I'm with a woman, I think I would definitely want a marathon. If I was with a guy, I wouldn't mind a quickie.
Well, excuse me, Humpty Dumpty fell off the wall. Okay. Okay. For
Yeah.
me, to be honest with you, I want a marathon. I mean, quickies. I mean, a quickie would be a blue moon thing for me.
Right. The
But
bus is
on
gonna
the
be here in
like,
two.
like I actually there was this one guy I met and he told me the truth. He was like, I can't last long, but I can fuck you for 5 minutes 10 times a day. And I'm just like, that's not gonna work for me. Like, that's not gonna work. Question number 4. Would you rather be with an overly jealous person or an overly insecure person? Now, I understand that jealousy and insecure go hand in hand, but when I break that down, jealousy is in the sense of someone else looks at you, you look at someone else, they ask a lot of questions. Insecure, as in the sense of I need you with me at all times.
Okay, so more like dependent versus
Dependent. That's the word I'm looking for. Thank you.
honestly, I think I'd rather deal with someone who was overly dependent than over jealous or insecurity because I can't help you with that. Like, I can't.
Mm.
I feel like there's no compromise there because at the end of the day, that's your issues with something, whether I did and I can take responsibility for that, but yet you still have to move on from it, or it's from something that has nothing to do with me and it's now here with us and I still can't do anything about it. So I think I'd rather have someone who's overly dependent, like I need you here because I feel like I can come to more of a compromise.
I thought I would have felt that way too until I had both scenarios, and now I know that I don't want either. Final and last question. If you could take back one sexual experience in your life, what
Ooh.
would that experience be? I'm not saying person, I'm saying experience.
Okay, so there's actually this one time, it literally only happened to me once, where this guy got horny, hard, and cummed literally before I could even like get horny, and then was like, okay, bye. I was so mad. When I tell you I destroyed everything in his room, I did everything. I was like, you
Wow.
will remember me. Like,
What I would take back would involve I hooked up with this dude in a wheelchair one time. It kind of rolled into a bad situation. I would take that whole experience back if I could because well, thank you for being here. It's been so fun talking to you. We haven't seen each other in quite a while. I was happy to catch up. We got to catch up more. I hope my fans love you and all our queer and queens out there in video land. We got some new fun queens coming up the rest of this week too. And as I always say, don't forget to smile.